Testing. Good. You gonna start recording? Okay. Welcome to the fun part of the meeting, business part. My name's Carl again, N7CJR. I'm your president. And can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I got our vice president and secretary are absent today, so we got Manfred. We do have a quorum. Okay, thank you. And we need to do approve the minutes from last business meeting. Steve, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Robert? Okay. All in favor and can just members of the club vote? All members raise your hand if you approve. Okay, thank you. Any opposed? No. Okay, it looks like it passed. And now we got Manfred's going to take over for Paul's position, vice president, for new members.
Morning, I'm Manfred, AG7 November Radio. We have had a number of membership applications that were pre-approved by the board. So we'll see, I think there are several of those who are here either in person or online today. Let's see, we need to check the list. Nathan Leonard, are you here by any chance or online? No, okay. Anne Lee, November 7 Alpha November Hotel. No, okay. Jody Hurd, KK7 PLT. No, okay. Let's see. Okay. Jerry Maitland. Okay. Jerry, excellent. Okay. All right. Yes.
Good morning. I'm Jerry Maitland. I'm KB7CHY. I became a ham in April of 1990 at the behest of my then fire chief. I had a career with the Auburn Fire Department, and later we became the Valley Regional Fire Authority. That's how I got into ham radio. And this is my main hobby. I don't do much woodworking anymore. And I've got got some problems with my neck, so my fine motor skills are, I'll litter the shop with fingers and whatnot. But anyway, I've been listening to this repeater for years. I check in. I'm always an in and out. I'm not a chatty guy. And well, thanks for considering my application. Any questions? That's good. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. We have heard you many times on the repeater, and thank you for applying for membership. Great. And for coming too. The next would be Robert Martin, KK7UUM. No? Okay. Alan Frost, WW7OCX. Okay. Gregory von Schlee, N3GMV. Okay, please come up.
I'm retired. I'm sorry. I'm retired. I used to run the communications for embassies throughout the world. 9 different embassies I worked as information programs officer, as a diplomat with the State Department. I'm retired now, working on my house remodel, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And I I've always wanted to join Mike and Key for a long time. I was previously a Baron because I have a previous life at the Boeing Company. And I also worked in the skunk works at Lockheed. So I'm a little bit, I'm familiar with some stuff, but I'm a little rusty, and hopefully I can regain some speed as we move forward. Thank you very much. Any questions? Uh, my roughest post was Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Thank you, Gregory. I've seen these huge Lord periodic antennas at times on embassy buildings of various countries. You know, you're probably familiar with those. They always look right. Uh-huh. Right. Okay, great job, Jerry. Thank you for joining us today. Then the last I have on my list here is Martin Perkins, KK7VCD. Martin, we already chatted a little bit before the meeting earlier.
Hello, my name is Martin. I originally was born in the UK. I've been in America for 20 years. I'm a software developer with Microsoft. I recently became a ham 3 months ago. I was amazed that I could make my first aerial out of coat hangers, which was quite successful. 2 months ago, I got my general, and having a lot of fun with FT8. Every time I make a longer distance contact, I run downstairs and tell my wife, hey, I just made New York. Last night I run downstairs and I said, I just made Russia. And I was totally amazed. It's really good fun. I hope you accept my application. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Martin. So the way it works is we have three new potential club members, and we need to ask you to step outside for a moment. Yes, Scott is kind enough to escort you out, and then we'll call you back in a few moments. Okay. All right. Well, in seclusion now. Thank you. So, okay. Does anybody have any comments or questions about any of our three new applicants, Jerry, Gregory, or Martin?
I think we pretty much owe Jerry because he is one of our most prolific check-inners.
Right. I agree.
No.
Any other comments or questions? Yeah, okay. So if there are no questions, the first action would be to vote on Jerry to become a member of Mike and Key. We'll wait for the online tally. Okay, excellent. Okay, then we have Gregory von Schlee and 3GMV. We'll vote on him. Who is for him to become a member? Okay, this was more than potentially against? Okay. Anybody against? I should ask officially. No? Okay. Then the last one would be Martin Perkins, KK7VCD. Vote on him. Who is in favor of him becoming a member? Okay. Anyone against? Let's see, online tally, 100%. Okay, great, thank you. So we have three new members, and we should vote, let them back in and congratulate them. Okay, Jerry, Gregory, and Martin, congratulations on your new membership to Mike and Key Amateur Radio Club. Your next official step would be to see Scott, our treasurer, and pay your dues. And the moment you do that, you're official. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Manfred. Thank you, Manfred. Yeah. Okay, we have a treasurer's report coming up.
I just want to congratulate you three new members. Thank you. And after the meeting would be great if you come up and pay your dues. At the beginning of this month, we had 307 members. And at the beginning of the month, I also had 29 that I was seeking dues from. As of today, I'm down to 11. So if you're one of those that received an email and are still haven't paid your dues, please contact me or go onto the website and select one of those means online. All the information on how you pay your dues is there. So thanks again for being a member of the Mike and Key, and have a good day.
Thank you, Scott. Do we have any other officer reports at this time? I see the radio officer standing up and moving this way. Come on up, Steve.
Okay. I sent an article out to the relay, so some of this should be, if you've got the relay and read it, this will not be any surprise to you. The WWARA basically said that we need to move to narrowband by 2030. I think we can do it faster than that. It's going to require a change in frequency. So the 146.820 frequency will have to change. I'd like to have this done within the next 3 years. So sometime between now and 3 years from actually next year, is I want to start this, the push for next year. Need to coordinate with the WWARA to determine what frequency we're going to use. We're going to be 146.820, it's going to be within that range, either up or down from that a little bit. It's going to a narrow band. It is something that is required, that the WWARA is recommending. January, we are hoping to have Scott from the WWARA come out and give a presentation on a lot of the reasons behind this. I believe there's a packet, a PDF document with the WWARA that talks about this in greater detail if you'd like to read and understand why we're doing this. So that's the big push. On the repeater side, it will be very little change. We can basically change the frequency, possibly retune the cavities or maybe not. The big change will be the individual users will have to change, go to narrowband and change the frequency once we get the correct frequency that we're going to be moving to, we'll start putting that out. That we're going to be moving to that frequency. I want to give people a little bit of time. If your radios are older than 10 years old, they probably will not have a narrowband mode. So it's giving people an opportunity to acquire a handheld or mobile radio that will be able to do a narrowband mode. So those are the big things that are happening. I've got some plans that are looking forward for next year for repeater work up on the mountain. So that's it. Any questions? Yes.
Kenny has confirmed
Okay.
January.
Okay.
Kenny has confirmed January will discuss this.
Okay. Sounds good. So January, the club presentation will be the WWARA talking about, had a very good presentation that I attended along with a bunch of other people. So the thing that I will hope to do between now and then is basically talk to the WWRA and say, this is a frequency we'd like to go to and like to have it done within 3 years.
Kenny is the chair of WWARA.
So that's it. Any other questions? Okay.
It's nice to see the WWA are finally moving forward. I suggested some of these things back in 2010 and 2012. They're moving slow, people, but they're getting there. So, yeah, it's good. We're 160% full on the 2-meter band in Western Washington.
And there've been a lot more requests for 2-meter allocations. They just don't have any space. They have not had a space for a 2-meter allocation in over a decade.
Yeah.
And any of those that come along, they're snapped up very quickly. This is going to allow them more space, but it's probably going to get filled up fairly quickly.
And our 440 band is also 100% full. We're already close to that. It's been there for a couple of times the last 5 years. So we're running out of repeaters.
Right. So 70 centimeters is an easier one to do because that everyone is already in the 25 kilohertz range. So it's very easy to go from 25 to 12 kilohertz. It's a fairly easy.
You won't see me next meeting. We have a class over in SeaTac off 182nd. I've already have 11 people signed up and it's only been about 2 weeks in the situation. Technician class on the 16th and the 23rd of November. So if you have some technicians or people want to get the license, have them contact me, email me, KL7WM@AOL.com, and we'll get them signed up on the thing. We get 95% or better pass rate. The last class was 100%. Thank you.
.com doesn't work for anything. It is either .org or .net.
You can do .net if you want. That's, yeah. It's AOL.
The website is
ARRL.net.
Yes.
emails are .net. The website is .org.
Yeah.
I'm not considering.
Officers are on the work side. All leaders.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can contact me at ARRL.net or AOL.com. So I'm in the roster too. Or training will get to me at Mike and Key will get to me.
Okay, there was another tech class at the Renton Technical College that got canceled. That was some hospital folks that were organizing that, and it was a communication issue and they canceled it because they didn't get the word out fast enough. So thanks, Daniel, for putting this class on. So there, any other standing committee reports? Okay, anything from the webmaster or relay editor? I think Mike.
Do you have any, I'm also the webmaster. If you have any updates or suggestions for the website, give me an email at webmaster.org or mikeandkey.org.
Yeah, anybody wishing contact with one of the officers or committees, just go to the website. And I think it's I'm sorry. And there's links to contact Daniel. Yeah, membership officers.
Yeah, all the officers are under membership and then officers.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Scott.
We have a very good looking website, by the way. A lot of information on there. Thank you.
Any essential committee reports at this time? Okay. Any event committee reports? Swap meet, field day, picnic. I think that's the 12th.
Sounds about right.
What was that, Hal?
I say the 12th of March. Is that what you're saying?
No, the next meeting.
The next
swap
swap.
meet.
Next swap meeting, there's to be a meeting on the second Tuesday of November.
Yeah, let's clarify that. So, yeah, sure.
Okay, so there are several swap meet related topics. One is to make progress on planning the next swap meet, which is in 2025, obviously. And for that meeting, we have for that swap meet, we have a meeting the second Tuesday in December at 7:00 p.m. Just like we had the first one in October, right? December 10. Okay, right. And so we are looking for helpers. We need more helpers to staff various leadership positions and also backups potentially. I should note that Hal and also Mike and 7 Whiskey Alpha have been doing a fantastic job for many years, for decades actually, running the show. But they're looking for stepping back a bit and giving others an opportunity to show their talents and help out. So we're looking for additional helpers. I've, for instance, been helping with the ticketing operations, but I was also asked to help with the registration, right, this time. So we need to have some additional club members to back us up and fill our staffing and the ranking. And for that is we are looking forward to seeing some additional club members to join the meeting on December 10. In addition, Scott has a comment.
Our secretary last year signed up to be hospitality. She and her husband are not in great health and they're going to be stepping back. So we also need somebody to fill that position.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Scott, for filling that detail. In addition, we're also looking forward to upcoming years beyond 2025. You all know that the swap meet is the major funding source for our club. And with the last swap meet, we were almost back up to the excellent levels we had in 2019, just prior to COVID, to the COVID break. So we are basically very close to recovering, but we also are looking forward to as to what to do towards the future. We don't want to keep raising the fees arbitrarily to make up for increasing costs, but there are other ways to potentially have some cost savings or be more efficient. And so there's a strategic planning effort going on, and for that we will use the second Tuesday in November to have a meeting also about the swap meet, but not the upcoming ones, but the ones going forward into the future to keep thinking what we want to do. And that assumes, of course, we as a club want to continue having these swap meets. Not only for supporting the financials of our club, but also it's also a huge benefit to the Pacific Northwestern amateur radio community. We keep meeting friends, and they all come from far away, from Eastern Washington, from Oregon, Iowa, not Iowa, Idaho, rather, and even Alaska last time. So it's a huge benefit to the entire community, and our club has been doing a fantastic job running this for so many years, but the demographics are not helping. You know, everybody is aging gracefully, and it is getting more difficult to attract the next generation. So that requires some thinking and planning. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that, and also again thank Hal and Mike for the excellent work and hard work they've been doing for so many years, and that also includes, by the way, their spouses, Diane and Annie, who sadly passed away earlier this year. Both. Okay, thank you.
Now, Manfred, you stole my agenda. No, it's right. Wow.
Manfred, are these meetings on Zoom or they're in person for the swap meet? They're on Zoom.
I just want to add on to what Manfred was saying. Every time we come to this meeting, the number of our members is over 300. Okay, I don't know if you've ever been a part of another club, but have you ever heard of a club that has over 300? Couple people. Coma. Yeah. So we need to increase our participation from members to help out, because we have, like Manfred said, we have Hal and Mike and a few other members that have really been the backbone of this club. And I know everybody has in a time crunch for, spending time helping the club, but it's important that people step up. And I really can't talk, because it took me like 10, 12 years before I started really contributing to the club as far as time, but we need to do that. I know I look at the faces here, and we're looking at, I think everybody except maybe one person in here is over 50. I see one young man in the back. Sorry to embarrass you, Fu, but can't. Yes. I think everybody is over 50 except him. Daniel, we got a comment up here.
Can I make a suggestion that some of these volunteering opportunities get shouted out as announcements on some of our nets on our repeater?
Yeah. Yep.
One of the things we do in emergencies is shadow someone. And so if Mike or Hal could get someone who's on their right hand all the time, walking through the whole procedure for a year or so, that really helps out bringing a smooth transition.
Yep. So yeah, step up if you have the time and the inclination. You don't have to step in and the whole thing on by yourself. There's a lot of people that would help out and get you up to speed. So that'll be all for that. Any other committee reports that need to be made? We'll go on to old business. Like Manfred was saying about strategic planning, we're trying to get some grant money from the ARRL as well. So Manfred is got some experience in writing grants, and so we're working on that to help supplement our repeater efforts on Gold and Tiger Mountain. So that's an ongoing thing. Is there any other old business that we need to speak to at this time? Hearing none, on to new business. Any new business that we need to talk about? Yes, Steve.
So this is a bit early, but for people that are looking to help out in the club, think about filling in for some of the elected offices that we have coming up in the next year. So think about that. That is a good way to get involved in the club as a trustee or as an officer. Trustees are a position for 2 years, while the other officers are positioned for 1 year. So if you've not done it, it is a good way to get involved with the club.
But what trustees are, it's an odd year, so it should be 1, 3, 5. And each of the trustees is a liaison to a committee. So they have some other duties like that, so. The elections start in January and they're actually hold the elections in March. So many of us have been on the board several different times, so.
All righty. Thank you, Mark, for getting me involved. I don't know if Mark's on. I think I hear him. Any other new business at this time? Come on up.
Okay, this time I won't steal your agenda on the way out. All right. Speaking for the membership committee that I'm the liaison for as a trustee also, I would like to bring up the holiday party that we have usually in December, which coincides usually with our club meeting, general meeting in December. So last year, you may remember, for those of us who were here, we had a great time running the this white elephant gift exchange. For those who don't know what that means, is people bring small gifts, and then we all line up in a circle, and everybody takes one of those wrapped gifts, and then there's a little game to basically rotate and swap the gifts to your neighbor left or right, and it goes back and forth in a somewhat random fashion for a while, and then you're stuck with one of those gifts. And so that's what we did, right? It's a lot of fun. And unfortunately, some of the team members who ran that last year, Jean, did a great job. WA7IVY, our secretary, she did a fantastic job bringing in food and planning it all. She won't be able to come in person. She may be able to support remotely, but not be here. And I'm unfortunately out of town myself in December. So Scott and his family did also a great job helping out with that. And we need to recruit, if we want to do that again for this year, recruit some other club members who wish to help us make the holiday party a great success again. And I'll send out an email to the membership committee. And so if anybody, by the way, if anybody wants to be a committee member, that should also be suggested in addition to what Stephen was saying. Running for elected office is one thing, but we have multiple committees and some of them are somewhat understaffed and not exactly active, like the membership committee that kind of fell by the wayside this past year a bit. So if anybody wants to be active and help us out and make the club a bit more lively in certain areas, please feel free to step forward, and you can easily talk to me or somebody else, if you want to do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Manfred. At this time, are there any visitors here? Okay. Daniel, can you go ahead and stand up and introduce yourself?
I'm Belinda Frederick, N3PAJ, and I've had my license since the early 90s, but I haven't used it, and I was hoping to get an anyway. Hope to learn a lot more from this group, and so far I've been learning, and thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And I think we have one more. Let's go give her a hand.
I'm Matt, Alpha Golf 7 Tango Yankee. Been on the repeater for many years. Got my license in 2018 through this club, both my technician general, my extra was down in Tacoma because of scheduling. But had a lot of fun on the net, especially TechNet. Been enjoying it. So I thought I'd come see what the club is like.
All right. One more.
Good morning. I'm Jim Newman. I'm completely new to all this, no call sign. I looked up the club on ARR, excuse me. Actually, I'm talking to Tim as well. So as I said, I'm completely new to this, found your club on ARRL. I would like to get involved in amateur radio and do it properly. And it looks like the club environment is the best way to do it, not just to find out what to get, but also how to speak with people, since my family won't speak with me. Regrettably, if I do intend to join the club, I will not be able to provide any favorable change in your club demographic.
One of the things I say about our classes, we not just teach you the questions and the right answer, but we teach you the amateur culture. So when you get your radio, you're ready to get on the nets and let them participate.
I'm sure we won't discriminate because of your age, sir. Okay, anything else for the good of the order at this time? Daniel?
We've got an election for the ARL director for the Northwestern Division. Mark Thorpe, who is our current director, was appointed in January when our director went off to be vice president, is running. But we also have Dan Martin out of the Idaho section manager is running. And the ethics committee just disqualified him from 5 issues recently. I'm not sure if he's going to get backing qualification or not. They did not like 5 of the things he said. One of the things he picked on our CEO, Minster, saying he made $350,000 a year. He actually makes $315,000 a year. He picked on him for paying $1 million to get out of the ransom that they had a ransom attack earlier this year. What was it? There's about 5 issues in here. And I'm not sure if Dan's going to back off of that or not. But the election you got postcards have been sent out. It's being done electronically. And I'm not sure of it. To Mark Thorpe. Mark Thorpe is in Yakima. He got to be a section manager in Eastern Washington when my brother did years ago and has worked up through the system. So there are 3 directorship elections going on and all 3 of the candidates were disqualified on the thing. So sorry to hear that. We like a little more open situation, but Dan's kind of a vocal guy in in Idaho. I talked to the Alaskan section manager last night at length about the situation. He does have some good ideas and does move forward. He did get the section managers, all 71 of them, onto Zoom calls weekly several years ago, and has been moving forward. One of the things I've seen with the new ARL leadership is they are moving forward the last 3 or 4 years, more engaging the new people, the technicians and that sort of stuff as well. So the election is kind of a sad situation, but we'll move forward.
Daniel, I think he had something too.
If there are any home brewers here, I got a couple of interesting little tidbits from China that I'll do a little bit of a show and tell on out in the lobby here.
Thanks, Tom. Okay, last call for good of the order. Yes, Manfred.
Okay, this is another message from the membership committee. Yesterday, sadly, one of our founding members, Pete Hedberg, W7WTG, K7WTG, passed away. You know, he was a member for many decades and was a member founding the club after it regrouped in the, I think, 1960s or so. So he passed away yesterday, sadly. And then also we lost another member, N7STR, Chuck. He already passed away in, I think, in August. But we didn't learn about that until recently. Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you, Manfred. Okay, last call again, or good of the order. Anyone wishing to make a motion to adjourn? Scott? Tim? We had a bunch. Again, thank you for attending in person and especially the visitors. And even if you're older than 50, that's quite all right. Let's see, our next meeting is, I believe it's 19 November. And let's think about the Christmas party coming up. What's that? 16th, sorry. Okay, well, everybody have a good weekend. And again, thanks for attending. We are dismissed.